Hello, I'm Jared Castillo, and you're watching BTTV News. These are my co-hosts.
Gabe Barrera.
And I'm Tyler Gossi.
Today on BTTV, we'd like to discuss a recent study we did at Bowie High School. We asked 100 students the following questions.
The following questions were, how many hours a week do you practice your primary sport, the sport you spend the most time on? The second question was, which of the following sports do you play? Baseball, softball, football, volleyball, basketball, soccer, none, or other. The third question was, which of the following sports do you spend the most time on during an average week? Baseball, softball, football, volleyball, basketball, soccer, none, or other. Our fourth question we asked the students was, which school days do you miss the most due to your extracurricular activities, A days or B days? The fifth question was, how many hours do you study in an average week? The sixth question we asked was, what is your GPA? And our last question was, what is your gender, male or female? We have fellow Bowie baseball player Colin Bavell in the weight room.
Colin, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
So I get that you play baseball?
Yes.
Yeah? That's pretty cool. So how's Bowie doing this year, man?
Alright, cut the shit. Colin, how many hours a week do you practice baseball?
Around 10.
Around 10 hours. So how does that affect your schoolwork? Do you get time to study? Like, how are your grades?
Well, I get home pretty late, but I still find time to study.
Oh, okay. So what's your GPA?
Around 3.7.
A 3.7. Okay, so you're a student athlete. Is it hard for you to play baseball and be a good student?
No, I wouldn't say so.
No? Well, there you have it. You can do both. Thank you, Colin Bavell, for the amazing interview. We have data that we're going to show you that corresponds with what he just told us.
The pie chart shows 39% of students play no sports, 5% play football, 3% play softball, 4% play volleyball, 8% play basketball, 6% play soccer, 17% plays other, 8% plays lax, 5% plays dance, and 5% plays track.
Mr. Castillo, do you play any sports?
I do play sports, Mr. Gutsy.
What kind of sports do you play?
I play baseball. What do you play?
Oh, I retired.
Oh,
Have you ever missed any school due to baseball?
I have.
Oh, I wish we had a bar graph that would show that data.
I think we do. Let's take a
Here we
look.
have the bar graph. It shows out of 100 students, 32 miss A days, 45 miss B days, 23 miss no days. The reason we have a category for no days is because not everyone plays sports.
Mr. Castillo, so you play baseball.
I do play baseball.
All right, so Colin Bavell, the guy we interviewed earlier, said that he practices around 10 hours a week. Is that true for you as well?
That's true. Roughly around 10 hours a week, I would say.
10 hours a week. Here we have a histogram that shows how many hours a week do students practice their primary sport. On the x-axis, we have the number of students. On the y-axis, we have the hours that they practice their primary sport in a week. About 5 students practice their primary sport for around 8 hours a week. 5 to 7 students practice their primary sport for 5 hours a week. And 10 to 12 practice their primary sport for 3 hours a week. 12 to 15 practice their primary sport for 15 hours a week. We calculated the data and the average time a person spends on their primary sport a week. Steve, I understand you're really busy with baseball. When do you get time to focus on your schoolwork?
Well, I have fifth period off, so I sometimes wake up a little bit earlier and spend my time studying and getting my schoolwork done.
Is that so? How early do you wake up every morning?
Wake up around 8 o'clock every morning. When the sun rises, I get out my books and I study.
All right, so do you spend hours?
I spend about 2 hours every day
Every
studying
day?
in the morning
Oh,
during off
okay,
period from
okay.
around 8 to 10.
So what's your GPA?
GPA is 3.3.
3.3, okay. All right, well, we have a scatter plot to show how long students study and what their grades are like. We have a scatter plot that shows study time to GPA for students at Bowie High School. The x-axis represents study time in hours, and the y-axis represents GPA. As you can tell, students that study between 0 and 5 hours mostly range from the 3.0 to the 4.0 GPA range. Students that don't study at all, you range around the 2.0, 2.5 range, and students that study for 5 hours and so on range around the 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, and so on. So, Mr. Gotzi, do you think males study more or females study more?
Oh, I definitely think females study more.
Do you think females study more?
Yes,
Can
I
you
do.
prove that?
I can prove it. I think
You
we got
can
a
prove
box and whisker plot right there.
Oh, okay, well, let's...
Here we have a box and whisker plot. The top one represents males and the bottom represents females. Males usually range from 0 to 24 hours of study. The The Q1 is 3, the median is 7, and the Q3 is 12.
Female boxing whisker plot, it ranges from 0 to 28 hours. The Q1 is 3.5, the median is 7.5, and the Q3 is 14.5. As you can tell by the comparative boxing whisker plot, females study more than males. Okay. As you can see, it's very easy to be a student athlete here at Bowie. So for any future Bowie student athletes, it's easy to maintain good grades and have fun with your sport.
This is Jared Castillo with BTTV, signing off.